Hello, and welcome back to the Pocket English Podcast. This is the place where you can learn English in your pocket whenever you have a few minutes to spare. I am your host, Emily.
And I am Paul. Hello, everyone. We are so happy you are here with us today.
Today, Paul, we have a very special episode. We are going to talk about something that happens to everyone, but nobody likes to talk about it.
Oh, really? What is that? Are we talking about grammar? Because I know nobody likes to talk about grammar.
No, not grammar. Well, maybe a little bit of grammar later. But today, we are talking about the morning.
The morning? But Emily, we have already done episodes about morning routines. We know the words. I wake up, I brush my teeth, I eat breakfast, I go to work. It is easy.
That is exactly the problem, Paul. In English textbooks, the morning is always perfect. The sun is shining, the coffee is hot, you are never late. But Paul, be honest with me. Is your morning always perfect?
To be honest, no, definitely not. Sometimes I am very tired. Sometimes I am late.
Exactly. Real life is messy. Real life is stressful. And if you are learning English, you need to know how to talk about the bad days, not just the good days. So today, we are going to learn the vocabulary of running late.
Running late. I like that phrase. It means you are in a hurry because you are behind schedule.
Yes, we are going to listen to a story about a woman named Sarah, and Sarah is having a very bad morning. Everything goes wrong.
Oh no, poor Sarah.
I want you to listen carefully to the verbs Sarah uses. Listen to how she describes the stress and the panic. After the story, we will break it down and explain the key words so you can use them too. Paul, are you ready?
I am ready. Let's listen to Sarah's bad morning.
Imagine it is Monday morning. Here is Sarah. The alarm went off at 7 a.m., but I was so tired. I just hit snooze. I thought I would close my eyes for 5 more minutes. That was a mistake. I slept through the second alarm. When I finally woke up, it was 8:15. I jumped out of bed. I was in such a rush. I threw on some clothes and ran into the kitchen. I didn't have time for breakfast, so I just grabbed a banana and a coffee. I ran out the door and sprinted to the bus stop, but I was too late. I missed the bus. I had to wait 20 minutes for the next one. When I finally got on the bus, we got stuck in traffic. I thought I would never get to work. I finally made it to the office at 9:30. I was an hour late, but at least I was there. What a stressful morning.
Wow, that sounds incredibly stressful. I think we have all had a morning like that.
I certainly have. I think the worst feeling is when you first wake up and look at the clock.
Yes, the panic. So let's go back to the beginning of the story and look at the vocabulary Sarah used. It is very useful for daily life.
Good idea. So the story starts with the alarm clock. Sarah said the alarm went off at 7 a.m.
To go off. This is a phrasal verb. When an alarm goes off, it means it starts making noise. It rings, beeps.
Right. We don't usually say the alarm started. We say the alarm went off. But Sarah didn't get up. What did she do, Paul?
She said, I hit snooze.
Hit snooze. Most alarm clocks and phones have a button called snooze. If you press it, the alarm stops, but it will ring again in 10 minutes or 5 minutes.
I love the snooze button. It is my best friend and my worst enemy. Sarah hit snooze because she wanted 5 more minutes. But then she said something very important. She said, I slept through the second alarm.
Slept through. This is a great phrasal verb. To sleep through something means you continue sleeping even though there is a loud noise.
So the alarm was ringing. It was making noise, but she did not wake up. She slept through it.
Exactly. Have you ever slept through an alarm, Paul?
Yes, unfortunately. Usually when I am very tired or if I stayed up too late the night before. It is a terrible feeling because you wake up confused.
And that is what happened to Sarah. She woke up at 8:15. She was supposed to wake up at 7, so we can say she overslept.
Overslept. That is one word. O-V-E-R-S-L-E-P-T. To oversleep means to sleep later than you plan to. It is usually a mistake.
Yes. If you sleep late on Saturday because you are relaxing, that is sleeping in. That is good. But if you have work and you wake up late, you overslept. That is bad.
So Sarah overslept, and then the chaos begins. She said, I was in a rush.
In a rush. This means you have to hurry. You do not have enough time. You are moving fast. You can say I am in a rush or I am in a hurry. They are very similar.
And because she was in a rush, she didn't get dressed slowly and carefully. She said, I threw on some clothes.
Throw on. This is another phrasal verb. To throw on clothes means to put them on very quickly, without thinking about if they look good. You just grab a shirt and put it on. You throw it on.
I do this when I am running late. I throw on a jacket and leave.
Next, let's talk about breakfast. Sarah didn't sit down and eat eggs and toast. She said, I just grabbed a banana.
Grab. G-R-A-B. This means to take something quickly with your hand.
You will hear this a lot in English. Let's grab a coffee. I need to grab my keys. It implies speed. You are not taking your time. Sarah grabbed a banana, and she also grabbed a coffee.
And then she left the house. She said, I ran out the door. And then the sad part of the story. She said, I missed the bus.
Missed the bus. This is the opposite of catch the bus. If you are there at the right time, you catch the bus. If you arrive too late and the bus drives away, you miss the bus.
And if you miss the bus, you have to wait. But it gets worse for Sarah. When she finally got on the next bus, she said, we got stuck in traffic.
Stuck in traffic. This is a very common phrase for commuters. To be stuck means you cannot move. The cars are stopped. There are too many cars on the road.
Being stuck in traffic is frustrating because you cannot do anything. You just have to sit there.
Finally, Sarah arrives at work. But she used a specific phrase. She didn't just say, I arrived. She said, I finally made it to the office.
Made it. To make it to somewhere means to arrive, but it implies it was difficult. If you say, I made it, it means you survived the journey. It was hard, but you are there.
Yes. You might say, the traffic was terrible, but I made it. Or, the weather was bad, but we made it home safely.
So Sarah made it to work at 9:30. She was late, but she made it.
Before we continue, if you are enjoying this episode and you want to make sure you don't miss our next lesson, please take a second to click the subscribe button. It really helps us create more lessons for you.
Yes, and if you subscribe, you won't have to worry about missing out. Okay, Emily, we have talked about the vocabulary, but I noticed something about the grammar in this story.
What did you notice, Paul?
Well, Sarah is telling a story about something that already happened, so she is using the past tense.
That is right. When we talk about our day or our morning routine, we usually learn the present tense. I wake up, I eat breakfast, I go to work. This is for a general routine.
Exactly. But when you are telling a friend about a specific day, like yesterday morning, you need to change the verbs to the past, and many of these verbs are irregular.
This is a very important point. If you say, yesterday I wake up late, people will understand you, but it sounds wrong. It sounds like you are a beginner. To sound natural, you need the irregular past tense.
Let's look at the verbs from Sarah's story again. The first one was wake up.
In the past tense, wake becomes woke, W-O-K-E. So, I woke up.
Not waked, woke. I woke up at 8:15.
The next one is leave. She left the house.
Right. The present is leave. The past is left, L-E-F-T. I left the house in a rush.
What about run? She ran to the bus stop.
The present is run. The past is ran, R-A-N. I ran out the door.
And forget? Maybe she forgot her keys?
The present is forget. The past is forgot, F-O-R-G-O-T. I forgot my lunch.
And the last one, very important, catch. She tried to catch the bus.
This one is tricky. The past of catch is caught, C-A-U-G-H-T. It has a long O sound, caught. But in our story, Sarah missed the bus.
That is true. So, Paul, I think it is time for our listeners to practice.
I agree. We are going to do some shadow practice. This means Emily will say a sentence, and you should repeat it exactly how she says it.
I want you to focus on the feeling. Remember, you are stressed. You are late. Don't say it like a robot. Say it like you are in a rush. I will leave a quiet space after each sentence for you to speak.
Are you ready? Let's try.
Oh no, I slept through my alarm.
Try that again with feeling.
Oh no, I slept through my alarm. I woke up so late today. I need to grab a coffee and leave. I ran to the bus stop, but I missed the bus. Sorry I'm late. I got stuck in traffic.
Great job.
Did you feel the stress? I hope so. Practicing the emotion helps you remember the words. If you connect the word rush with the feeling of rushing, it sticks in your brain better.
Absolutely. Context is everything. Now, Emily, shall we listen to the story one more time?
Yes. Now that you know the vocabulary like snooze, grab, and stuck in traffic, and you know the grammar like woke and ran, let's listen to Sarah's story again. This time, I will read it a little bit faster, at a more natural speed. Try to understand every detail. The alarm went off at 7 a.m., but I was so tired. I just hit snooze. I thought I would close my eyes for 5 more minutes. That was a mistake. I slept through the second alarm. When I finally woke up, it was 8:15. I jumped out of bed. I was in such a rush. I threw on some clothes and ran into the kitchen. I didn't have time for breakfast, so I just grabbed a banana and a coffee. I ran out the door and sprinted to the bus stop, but I was too late. I missed the bus. I had to wait 20 minutes for the next one. When I finally got on the bus, we got stuck in traffic. I thought I would never get to work. I finally made it to the office at 9:30. I was an hour late, but at least I was there.
It is much easier to understand the second time, isn't it?
It really is. You know what is happening, and you know the key words.
So, Emily, what should our listeners do next? We don't want them to just listen and forget.
Good point. I have a small challenge for you. The next time you are running late, and it will happen, maybe tomorrow, maybe next week, I want you to describe it in English in your head.
Yes, when you hit that snooze button, say to yourself, I am hitting snooze. When you grab your keys, say, I am grabbing my keys.
And if you arrive late to meet a friend, don't just say sorry. Tell them the story. Say, I am so sorry, I slept through my alarm and then I got stuck in traffic.
They will be so impressed with your English that they won't even be mad that you are late.
Maybe. Well, that is all for today's episode of Pocket English Podcast. We hope your mornings this week are perfect, calm, and on time.
But if they are not, now you have the words to talk about it.
Thank you so much for listening. If you liked this episode, please hit the like button and make sure you are subscribed so you get our next lesson right in your pocket.
See you next time.
Bye, everyone.